Hello, and welcome to a special episode of the Otaku Oasis Podcast, where we are going to be covering our E3 predictions. I am your host, Joshua, and I am joined by Eric today. Introduce yourself.
Yep. Yep. I'm Eric. You might have heard me over on the 7 Days podcast, and my first time on an official Otaku Oasis podcast. Feels
Yes.
good.
All right. And so, as we said, we're going to cover our E3 predictions. We're going to start by focusing on companies outside of Nintendo, as we have less topics, and then our main focus will be on Nintendo. So, getting
Yep.
started, do we want to start with what do you want to start with? Square Enix, Sega, Dash Atlus, or Bandai Namco?
Well, I just pulled up a list, so I'll just go chronological order and say skip if I have nothing to say, because for a lot of these, I don't have much to say.
Yeah, that's
So
why I
just
listed those three.
well, I'm just on the whole list here because I'm looking like the first show is going to be Ubisoft on the 12th. I have nothing to
Yeah,
say about Ubisoft. I don't like. We good to skip that.
yeah, we're good. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, I
A new
don't think
Assassin's
they're going
Creed.
to
That's
potentially.
my
I
prediction.
mean,
It's
yeah,
yearly. We're
potentially.
getting a new Assassin's Creed.
No, they've actually waxed off on that. It's been like more of like bi-yearly now.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, then we just
Yeah.
got Valhalla, so if it's bi-yearly. Uh,
hmm
Far
Although,
Cry
yeah, there is
and
Far Cry
Rayman.
6. Far Cry 6 got revealed last year, so they'll probably focus on that. I
Okay,
wonder if we'll
did.
see Beyond Good and Evil 2, since that game has been in development limbo, but
I
I don't
forgot
know.
that was a thing. Yeah, I don't know. I can't. I don't follow them. The
Yeah, I don't follow them that much either. Just there's a few
Rayman.
like
Rayman. I'm throwing it out there. Wild prediction is gonna be new Rayman.
I don't think there's going to be a new Rayman, especially
Then we'll
since
have to
their
wait and see.
creator left.
Hey, actually, never mind. I was gonna say that didn't stop Konami, but we still haven't seen a new Metal Gear, so
Pretty sure that series is dead after Survive.
yeah.
No
Wait,
one
did
wants
Stripe
to
come out
touch
after
that game
5?
either. Yes, it did.
Oh, well. Okay. Uh, Going down the list, we have Gearbox Entertainment. It looks like they
I don't
do
know any.
Borderlands.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
Don't
never
know
played
anything about that,
Borderlands.
so
Yep. So skip Gearbox, and then we get to Sunday, June 13th. And the first show then is Xbox and Bethesda. Um, I've never owned Xbox. I am a PlayStation and Nintendo person. So I have no skin in this game. My guess is we'll potentially see the new Skyrim because that was announced, but we didn't see much of it.
you mean the
But
new
that's
Elder
all I got for
Scrolls?
this.
You mean Elder Scrolls?
That shows you how much I know about Elder Scrolls.
And also we probably won't see that. We'll probably see their space RPG that they've been working on, because that's the next game
Really?
I think that they were aiming to release. Yeah,
Okay. I just know that like literally we just got like a teaser for Elder Scrolls. What is it?
we got
6?
teasers for both of them. Yeah, it's Elder
Okay.
Scrolls 6. But yeah, we got teasers for both of them. We know very little about both of them, so and I think it's a bit too early to announce like a new Doom game, so
Yeah, that might be. Although Eternal came out, it came out
Eternal
2020.
came
That's
out.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out last year. I was thinking it was
Mhm.
2019, but then I remembered all of the memes of the
It
Animal
coming out the
Crossing
same
and
day
Doom
as Animal
fans.
Crossing. Yeah.
Oh no, it was coming out the same day as Animal Crossing, and
I
all
know,
the
that's why
Persona
the memes
fans.
respond.
Yeah, but all the Persona fans had to wait an extra month, and so there was just a lot of memes of Persona fans looking at the Doom and Animal Crossing fans
I see.
because we just had nothing to do.
hmm
Uh, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Xbox has a new console, but from what I understand, it's about as hard to find as the PS5. So
Yeah, I mean, it's already out as well, so I mean, they're not going to discuss
yeah,
it.
yeah. But I think the only thing they might discuss is the shortages and like if they're gonna fix the shortage or how or like I that they have nothing new to discuss. They just launched the new console.
Yeah. Also, they don't tend to
It,
talk like business at their showcases anymore that much, so they've gotten a lot better about that.
that's true. That's true. Moving next on the list, we got Square Enix, one of my favorite companies. And then I was actually very hopeful for this. It's a 40-minute show, but then I was reading what it's going to feature, and it's a new game from the Montreal studio, Babylon Fall by Platinum Games, which I don't know anything about, but I like Platinum.
I remember there was a teaser for it last year. I don't know. I'd have to see more of it, but it wasn't quite hooking just based off the teaser.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Last year, but like 2019.
Yeah. We get Life is Strange, True Colors,
game.
And then Black Panther in the Marvel Avengers.
That game is like on life support.
Yeah, so I'm much more of a fan of the Eastern games, the JRPGs. So looking at this lineup that they're featuring, the only thing I am remotely interested in is Platinum Games' Babylon Fall. Besides that, I don't care. Before they announced what they were going to do, my predictions were that we were going to see at least a teaser for what's next in the Kingdom Hearts series.
I mean, we still can.
Some more Final Fantasy VII.
Eric, while they definitely do focus on Western games, it's not like they don't show Eastern games stuff.
No, but I'm just thinking of the last Square Enix Presents, because it was just a few months ago, and I was watching the entire thing, and it was the most dull thing, because there was nothing from the Eastern studio. It was all Western. And so that's why I'm like, based off what I'm reading here, it sounds like it's going to be more of the same.
Yeah, usually though, for their E3 ones, they try to balance it a bit at least.
Yeah, I hope so. I think we're gonna get something for Kingdom Hearts. We'll see. I don't know.
I feel like we could maybe see a teaser potentially for that. But also sometimes they do that at Xbox's showcase sometimes. So
why would they do Kingdom Hearts at X? I guess they've been doing Xbox.
It's like
more.
why the heck does Bandai Namco reveal a lot of their games at Xbox's stuff as well? I mean, it's just other than that Xbox does a lot of third-party support.
Yeah. Well, my thought too of the Kingdom Hearts though is just that until Kingdom Hearts 3, there was no Kingdom Hearts game on Xbox. So, like, I get that they're now going cross-console, but that just still feels kind of weird for Kingdom Hearts to be on Xbox.
You'll probably get used to it over time. Other than
nope,
that,
I'll only buy it on PlayStation.
Oh, actually, I just realized they probably won't talk about Final Fantasy 16.
Why?
I believe they said it was like a PlayStation exclusive for a little bit, I think.
That doesn't mean they can't talk about it at the presentation. It's still the game.
Yeah, but usually they like want to broadcast that on a Sony thing.
Sony have a presentation? Like how, I didn't read.
They don't have a presentation set right now, but they'll probably have one sometime this summer.
Who would have thought that Sony would be doing directs better than Nintendo in the past 2 years? Well, a year and a half, I guess.
Well, it's only because they've done it more frequently. I don't think their directs are really all that much like good per se.
No, but they've been doing it. They do it regularly
Nintendo
though.
does it like
and so that's why I'm like, Nintendo's been.
Nintendo does it quarterly, so
we got 0 last year.
No, but that was a different story.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's just like, it's funny that Sony stepped up the plate when Nintendo dropped the ball, and like they figured out how to keep regular contact and regular news.
Okay, Nintendo, but it's also Sony, Eric. They have a lot more backing than, per se, Nintendo.
I guess Sony's just more diverse in like what they do. Like Nintendo really is just games, but like Sony has their own entertainment.
If a lot of their stuff has been delayed, they can't announce anything.
That's true. Yeah, I'll talk about that when we get to Nintendo. Anything else about Square Enix? I guess we won't get Final Fantasy 16. I think we're gonna get more 7 and 7 Intergrade before we get 16.
When does that come out?
That comes out later this year. I forgot the exact date. But I think we're gonna get a proper story trailer for Intergrade.
see. Hold on. Give me a sec. Just looking for Intergrade information.
Yeah. Well, that's not right.
Yeah, it's coming like literally right before.
Right before E3?
Yep.
Oh, I did not check the date at all. I thought it was going to come in August.
Looks to be June 10th, which happens to be
Right before.
3 days
Oh,
before
okay.
their presentation. They'll probably market it being like, "Hey, this is out. Check it out." But
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah.
I forget, is Intergrade only on PS5? I don't have a PS5 yet because
Intergrade is basically the
shortages.
PS5 version with the DLC included, but the DLC is still available for the PS4 version, I believe.
Okay, if it's still available for the PS4 version, I might pick it up. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and then we get to June 14th, and the only one I see is Capcom and Take-Two Interactive.
Yeah.
Um,
I forget. I believe Take Two is. I forget what they do.
this literally just says we'll also have a showcase. Details
Okay.
forthcoming.
They they're they own 2K Studios.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
basically, just that stuff and probably a bit of stuff from uh what's the Rockstar Studios.
Okay. Ooh, that could be interesting. Everyone is dying for.
I don't know if they're gonna do a new Grand Theft Auto though. Just knowing, like, or at least hearing
I was gonna
of what
say, it's
that
like,
company has been doing recently. I know that's what you were thinking. So
yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Like everyone is dying for a new GTA.
yeah,
I never actually played 5, but I've watched a lot of 5, and it looks good.
yeah, no, it does. Otherwise, for Capcom, yeah, I feel like they're just probably going to focus on like at least probably Monster Hunter's Stories 2.
Yeah. We got the
Because
Great
Monster Hunter's
Ace
pretty
Attorney.
big. Yeah, the Great Ace Attorney
Yeah.
collection, I feel like will be there and probably at Nintendo's thing as well, just like a small snippet of it. Because I mean, well, technically it's new to the West. The games have been out in Japan for a few years at this point.
Few years. Okay. Um, this
Yeah, they
also
came out I think
says.
like 2015 and 2017, I believe.
Yeah. This article also says that Capcom reportedly has more Ace Attorney and Resident Evil games in its plans.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Didn't
It's
we just
been
get Resident
since
Evil?
um well yeah, but probably just more of like ports and whatnot. Because
Okay.
8 I think just came out.
Yeah, like I think Village just came. That's Lady Domestic. I can't say her name.
Yeah, yeah, the vampire Dami mommy that everyone loves.
Yeah, the Dami Mommy. Let's just call her that.
Um
Nope, not making that joke here.
but but also Ace Attorney is long overdue. I believe its last game was the second game of the Great Ace Attorney, which came out I believe in like 2017, I believe.
Okay. I'm
Otherwise
gonna make a wild.
they've just been porting the like basically the entirety of the Phoenix Wright franchise or the Ace Attorney franchise, I guess I should say, up to modern consoles. I believe all except for the two 3DS games. So
Okay. I'm gonna make a wild prediction for Capcom. But I'm gonna say that there's gonna be something Mega Man related. Either Mega Man 12 or the Battle Network games getting a port. Or a remake, one of the two.
or maybe a sequel to X potentially. I know people have been kind of clamoring for that, but I don't know how likely that is.
I don't know how the X series ended, so I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't.
I mean,
Like
let's
most
be
of the time,
real.
it's
All
just
the Mega Man series.
They bring back Sigma again as the villain. It's pretty much the same as Mega Man. They just bring back the same villain, pretty much.
Yeah, I just remember, I forget which number it was, but there was the one with like Axel, and it was 3D.
Yeah,
And
8 and 9.
yeah.
Yeah, I know they weren't great.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know how they ended with like that, and like if Mega Man is, because I don't remember how, if Mega Man was still there or if it was just Axel.
He's still there,
Okay.
just in a different capacity.
Okay. Um, and then that's it for I have for Capcom, but I think we're getting something Mega Man related, like a Battle Network, maybe a new X, or Mega Man 12.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Something.
be too surprised. They may also reveal the next Street Fighter V DLC character. Well, not revealed. I believe they've already revealed, but more of showcase, and then give a release date for it. Because I believe Rose came out about, I think like about 2 months ago at this point. So
Street Fighter is still getting DLC?
yes, yeah, they're on their final DLC pack, but they still have two more characters to release.
That is insane. I bought that game years ago and I thought I, I did not know this. I'm not good at
Yep,
fighting games, so I bought it, played it for like 2 days, and then gave up.
yeah, they're they're finishing up their final season of Street Fighter V, and I think they're wanting to move on to work on Street Fighter 6. So
Yeah, it's been 5 years, I guess. Jeez.
yeah, yeah, but I mean, it's also like Tekken 7 is still getting DLC support, and that came out in 2016.
It amazes me just how much support some of these fighting games get.
Well, I mean, it's because fighting games have realized the usefulness of DLC in expanding a game's life.
Yeah, that's true.
Basically, it saves them from having to remake their system like every like 2 years or so, because it basically burnt out the fighting game audience when they did that back from like I believe like the late 90s to like mid to early 2000s,
Okay,
because
man.
fighting games were
Uh,
practically dead in the late 2000s until like about I think like about 2010. So
Sounds about right. Man, I can never get into them. I can never remember all the combos. I watch them from afar, and I'm like, man, those people are talented, and I don't ever want to play them.
yeah, no, it just takes a lot of practice.
Yeah, but also just not my style. I like OPGs. I like a focused game that is a tightly packaged experience, and then when you get the credits, you're done. Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I,
it's
I
just not my
don't
style
mind
of game.
fighting games. I'm not the best at them, but I just enjoy like trying them out and whatnot. I like trying out a bunch of different genres just every now and then,
Yeah,
just to
and, like
verify my
I
takes.
experiment with genres. Yeah, I experiment. Like I did buy Street Fighter V and I played it for a little bit. Um, but like yeah, it's just still not my thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely potentially looking into getting Guilty Gear Strive when it comes out.
Okay.
Well, not when it comes out, but more of when I'm able to get a PS5, I should say.
Yeah, which from the latest reports I've been reading are saying like wait till
Won't be, won't be till
2022.
like, yeah, like not till like next year will they'll be able to have a decent stock.
Man, I'm like uh
Well, I mean, the year's halfway over, so
yeah. I guess
I'm not in a
it's not
rush
all
to
that
get a
bad.
PS5.
I was because I already bought Miles Morales for the PS5 because I wanted to get the
Yeah, and
uh
that's your fault.
I wanted to get the original remaster as well, and I thought that it wouldn't be this difficult. I was like, oh, I could probably buy it like the day it launches, or I can get it like around Black Friday. Little did I know.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
do we want to move
So I have
on
a
to
PS5 game on my
oh
shelf.
yeah.
Yeah. Um. So next on this list is Nintendo, but we're gonna cover that later. And so then we get down to Bandai Namco.
hmm From which they
Uh.
have two games for sure that they'll probably be focusing on. What else they could be announcing? I don't know.
So you think Tails is gonna be there?
Yes, for sure, because they don't have the Tales of Festival this summer.
Okay. That's okay, because I know typically they have like the Tales of Festival or whatever. Um, Not a Tales
Yeah,
fan.
no, normally they would have the Tales of Festival, like literally about a week, usually after E3. But just because the 2020 Tales of Festival got pushed back to March this year, they delayed the festival this year to all the way in November after the games come out. So they'll have
Okay.
to advertise it like regularly.
Yeah. And then what's the other game you think they'll focus on?
Scarlet Nexus,
Oh, that's right. That's right. They
which
have
I
a show
believe,
coming out next season.
yeah, I also believe the game is coming out like this summer, I believe.
Yeah, I do find it
Or
interesting that this show and the game are
actually,
coming
I think
out
the game's
pretty
already
much in
out.
tandem.
Oh,
Oh, is
no,
it
no,
already
no.
out?
Okay. No, no, it's coming out June 25th. So like literally about like 2 weeks after E3.
Yeah. So I do find it interesting though that they have this like game and show pretty much in tandem with each other.
Well, I mean, it's probably just to like give people like interested in it.
Yeah. Pokemon. What? Who said that?
What do you mean? Pokemon sold pretty well before it got an anime.
I know, but it's just that that's the way that Pokemon markets everything is that everything is synergy. The card game
Yeah.
helps the show, which helps the games, and the show helps the card game. They all
Yeah.
help each
I'm
other
I'm
out.
expecting that probably we'll get a new Dragon Ball game this year. Probably announced for this year. So
Okay. Bandai's another one where I know what they have, but I don't know like what the state of all the franchises are.
uh yeah, they yeah, I don't know. I believe this like we usually get like a Dragon Ball game about like every other year-ish, sometimes every year, basically. Um, let's see. I think
Okay.
we're probably 1 year off from the next One Piece game, and then there are other ones I do not know the pattern for it. Like Dragon Ball and um, what is it? Dragon Ball and One Piece are like their two games that they are pretty consistent on releasing games for.
Okay. Do you think we'll ever see like a classic? I guess they still do like Namco Museum and stuff.
Yeah,
Actually, didn't they
I don't know.
just make a Pac-Man 99 or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know if that was entirely them or what, but yes, there is a Pac-Man. Yeah, I think it's Pac-Man 99.
Okay. Uh, I'm going to make another crazy prediction for Bandai. And this is really more just wish fulfillment, not that I think it will happen. But Katamari, new Katamari game.
I think we were more likely to get an Elden Ring announcement than that.
No, yeah, this is more just wish fulfillment. Because I know Damasé got a remake like a year ago, 2 years ago. Um,
Yeah,
and that was the game that Katamari game that I grew up with, and I'm like, I could use a new Katamari. I never played any of the sequels.
yeah, I don't know. Namco's been a little bit weird with its like other franchises recently, but that's probably just because mostly a lot of their time is either spent on making like new franchises or the rest of their stuff is probably on like their licensed games that they have to make.
Yeah, and I feel like Namco uh really has not found that balance of like creativity, stretching the boundaries, making new stuff, as well as supporting established franchises. Like
Yeah, I
Nintendo
mean,
goes way too far in the other direction, where they will never make a new game.
well, they rarely make a new game, or put it that way. It's not that they don't.
Yeah, yeah, they made Splatoon, they made Arms, but like it's pretty rare to see like a truly new until the Switch. The Switch kind of changed that up. Or I guess Splatoon is Wii U, but
Yeah, but same sort of generation.
yeah,
Um,
it was late Wii U that Splatoon came along.
yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking about it, and like I think like their their longest running series that they've had, like currently since the merger, I believe, has been God Eater, and that's been about it.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's good to make new IPs and to stretch the boundaries and be creative, but at the same time, like, it's franchises that keep people coming back to your company.
Yeah, the only really recurring
So
franchise they have at this moment, besides their licensed games, is Tales.
yeah, and so that's my thoughts on Bandai Namco. Just that they could do more to satisfy um franchise fans.
Yeah, I don't know like what the development cycle is, but yeah, I mean, well, I guess Tekken's still around as well, Tekken and Soul Calibur. So, but
Okay.
those games currently
I
are
forgot
like
Soul
in
Calibur. Yeah.
yeah, but those games are in like long DLC cycles right now, so new games aren't expected to be coming like soon.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, and
what
then the
else? I think that's about it.
last thing I see on this list is June 22nd. So I guess technically after or July
No,
22nd. Jeez,
July 22nd. I'm like, it's EA. I
this
don't.
is well after E3. It's EA.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
who cares
It's
about EA?
EA. Yeah, really, honestly,
They're coming for your wallets. That's all you need to know.
pretty much. Some of their smaller studios are a bit better, but if we're talking
Yeah.
main EA, which that those tend to mostly focus on, it's aiming for your wallet.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, just expect a lot of
With its
microtransactions
good old.
for
No,
broken
Eric. You
games.
mean their good old surprise mechanics?
Surprise mechanics. That's right. Okay. So now we can finally talk about Nintendo. We actually went. Oh no, we have Sega, right? They haven't announced the show yet, but they are going to be there.
Yeah, they're said to be there. I don't know to like what capacity, but I think there was
Yeah,
supposed to
they
be a
just had the
San
Sonic.
Capcom. Yeah, but it was just like Sonic. There wasn't much to it. They'll probably give like a bit of a
Yeah.
focus on Lost Judgment, which is like their sequel to Judgment. But otherwise,
Again,
I can't
Sega's
really
another
think
one
of
where I don't
anything
even really
from
know
the
the games
Sega
they have.
side.
No. So,
They've
does
been
Sega
trying
still
to
have anything to do with Bayonetta?
um somewhat
Hmm.
not really. They still own like I think like about 50% of the stake in it, but like not entirely. Like and that's just in
Okay,
like
I'm just on the
publishing
website
rights.
now. Yeah, I'm on the website now, and like the number one brand is alphabetical, but like the top brand is Bayonetta. So I'm like, do they still have a stake in that?
Well, they fully own the publishing rights to Bayonetta 1.
Okay, so that's probably it.
They had a part
Ooh,
of
we can get a
Bayonetta
new.
2, but I don't think they will on 3 probably. I think 3 Platinum will probably be pushing it a little
Yeah,
bit more on their own.
yeah. We can get a new Miku game, so that's fun.
I believe 1 just came out basically, so
And I like rhythm games, but I'm not. I'm not a what are they called?
Vocaloid
Vocaloid
fan.
fan.
Yeah, the
I
Vocaloid
had the
songs
like
aren't bad.
TMS one in my head.
I I like some of the Vocaloid songs, just not sung by the Vocaloids.
That is very fair. Um, I can
Like
kind of agree to that
nothing
testament.
against it.
The
I
a
just
couple of good ones.
yeah. Like there are some good ones. I like Rolling Girl done by Hatsune Miku, so
Yeah.
but
My thing
otherwise
is
for
just they kind of creep me out.
yeah, I mean it's fine. Their music videos aren't half bad either. Um but anyways, just to bring something else up about Sega is that they've been trying to revive some of their older franchises. Like they brought back Sakura Wars, I believe, like 2 years ago, I think, at this point, or was it one? I forget. But
Yeah, I see it here. Let's see what they say about this one.
but like that's a more recent thing. I do believe they are trying to revive some of their old franchises, so I don't know which ones, but oh, we
Yeah.
I just remembered they Virtua Fighter 5 has been like been getting trailers more recently, so I guess maybe we could expect that.
Okay. And then one thing we have to talk about is Atlus, of course.
Yep, since they are owned by Sega.
Yep. This is the one that I'm probably of the third parties at this point. Atlus is the one I'm most excited for because I've gotten really into Persona. I've started playing through Persona 3 FES. I've not finished it yet, but I've been enjoying 3 FES quite a bit. And so I want to say Persona 6 just because I'm kind of ready to move on from Persona 5. Like, not that I'm tired of the cast or, like, I couldn't stand another spin-off, but, like, I would like to see what's next. That said, I don't think we're going to see Persona 6 at all. Not even a teaser.
Yeah, I mean, a teaser could maybe happen, just like one of those light teasers like they did with Persona 5 back in the day, I believe.
Yeah, like, it was just, like, the chairs and saying, like, now in development.
Yeah.
But I don't even see that happening. I think we're, like, at least a year, if not 2 years out until we get a Persona 6
The
teaser.
announcement
I
of
think,
it. Yeah.
yeah. I think we're going to see, at the very least, one more spin-off. Likely going to be Persona 5 Arena.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if it'll be announced at E3
Yeah.
just yet, because not only is Strive launching around that time, but also I don't know if Team Blue is working on Dungeon Fighter Online or not, like the fighting game for it. But I think they may be, and that's the they have that game planned to come out this year as well, I believe.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that they'll have more than, like, I think we're gonna get more than one spin-off. Not at this moment, but I think in general we're gonna get more than one new Persona 5 spin-off, not counting like Strikers or Dancing.
Mm-hmm.
So if the arena team's busy, I'm sure they'll have something else to do.
Yeah, I have a feeling we'll probably get an announcement like sometime in the near future, I feel. Maybe not exactly at E3, but potentially pretty soon.
Yeah. There's also today, right before we started recording, I checked social media and saw that they are celebrating the anniversary of Persona Q2. And I'm like, if it was a mainline Persona game, I would understand celebrating the anniversary, but to be celebrating the anniversary of Q2 of all things, like a 3DS
Mm-hmm.
spin-off game, I wonder if we're gonna get a Q port to Switch or to PlayStation or to any other
Yeah,
console
we
after
could
3DS.
potentially see like a port of Q1 and Q2 as like kind of like maybe a bundle pack type thing.
Yeah, I think that could happen, or if even if that doesn't happen, we could get a Q3 in place of an arena. Although, what would
I
Q3 add?
Yeah, I'm like I don't think a Q3 would happen.
Yeah, not until a new cast is, unless they want to go back to the 1 and 2 cast. But
No,
Persona 1 and
I
2,
don't think
what are
so.
those?
Yeah, they only
Yeah,
like lightly reference those casts,
yeah.
but they won't
Which
advertise them in anything.
I played a little bit of Persona 1 as well. Um, and by play a little, I mean like I got through the first dungeon, and honestly, I do not blame them for not referencing the Persona 1 cast. Um,
For what?
that said, I played the what?
Like for what were you referring to?
The Persona 1 cast in the Western edition on the PlayStation 1.
Oh, right.
Could I'm not one that's easily offended by stuff, but I'm like, that's a little little on the nose.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, and that was like things that they decided to localize too. I don't know
Yeah,
why
it was
they
all
did that way.
localization.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides that, I don't know if they'd ever do like a Persona 3 or a Persona 4 port. Um, I did Persona 4 Gold into Steam, but like,
Yeah, I mean,
I
as
don't know
much
if
as I'd like it, I'm not expecting it.
yeah, I'm not expecting any Persona port. Um, I'm kind of saving SMT till Nintendo because
Yeah.
SMT 5 is Switch exclusive, so I don't think they're going to show it in this event.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm just looking off some of the one-offs though, and I'm like, man, would love like a sequel or port of some of the one-offs. Not that I expect any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a game on the PS Vita and I believe PS3 that looked interesting that I never played called Lost Dimension. Like I'm looking at that, I'm like, man, I would love a port of that just so I could try it.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, like Trauma Center or Trauma Team or whatever. Like, man, that would be fun to get like a new version of. Anyways, I'm just going off the deep end. None of that's happening. Those are not my
Mm-hmm.
predictions. Unless they come true, in which case I totally called it first.
Whatever you say, Eric.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Uh,
want to move on to Nintendo now?
yep. I'm pretty good to go.
All right. Do we want to just cover from I'll probably put them up at this point, but cover from our bingo sheets.
Yeah, so I'd say let's just get the Smash speculation out of the way, and then we'll go one by one talking about ours and where ours are different.
Okay.
Um, which means I need to pull up yours so I can see it. Okay. So yeah, so Smash speculation. Uh, just so you know where I'm coming up from with the Smash speculation, I don't care anymore. Like to me, I am happy with the roster that we have, and anything on top is just a bonus to me. So there's no character that I'm like really vying for. If I had to pick a dream character, it'd be Sora. I don't think we're gonna get Sora, but that's like the one that I would really like. But besides that, I'm happy with the cast. Like, there's no character that would make me super angry. There's no character that I really want. It's just, it's fun. I like seeing new characters.
Yeah, I have no characters I'd be angry at getting in, but there is one character in particular that I want, but that's about it.
Yeah, my that's my thoughts. Like, it's fun. Also, from my perspective, the last two characters that I tried to predict, both of them not only were not the characters that were actually chosen, but were the me costume DLC in that pack. Um, so like for Steve, I predicted Travis touchdown, and instead we got Steve with Travis in his costume pack. Sephiroth, I don't even remember what I guessed for Sephiroth. I don't think I even had a prediction. I think I called Sora for that one. That was wrong. And then I predicted Monster Hunter for Pyra and Mithra. And then we get to Pyra and Mithra's reveal, Monster Hunter me costume. So,
The two returning from four, but yeah.
yeah. But I'm just like, every time I've tried to predict a character at this point, in this Fighters Pass 2, it's been a me costume, so I've been demoralized, and I'm just like, okay, just throwing these out here. I don't know.
Anyways, do we want to
But
get into what our predictions are? So, I guess first would be one or two characters.
I think we're getting both. I don't think there's any additional. I think these are the last two. No bonus. Um, but I do believe that we are getting the final two here. We're not gonna have to wait to know.
I think we're only getting one.
Also, I think we're only getting one.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Also, I just realized I have 5 predictions for Smash characters.
Yeah, you see, I just did one for mine because I wasn't, and mine's an either or. I'm like, there are
Yeah.
two characters I'm between, and I feel like it'll be one of the two, probably.
So I have one that I talked myself into the other day, and then 2 that I think could either be the Western pick, and 2 that I believe are like the Eastern pick. Like the ones that would satisfy both the East and West fans.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think we both have the same one for the Western, and that is Crash Bandicoot is one of mine.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot is my Western pick.
Yeah, I literally both of these are just like what would satisfy players from East and West. That was my only reasoning. My other Western pick is Rayman.
Yeah, I could see Rayman. I don't know. For some reason, I don't feel he's likely.
I feel
I
like
don't
he'll
know.
be a brawler. I think he'll be a Mii brawler. I legitimately think Rayman will be there as a Mii brawler. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, it's potentially, because, like, I mean, I know that there's, like, not exactly, like, full Rayman representation. Like, we have a full Spirits, but Spirits don't deconfirm characters, and we have the Rabbit headwear, but
Yeah.
I don't know, like, how much, like, the Rabbits are considered with Rayman anymore.
Yeah, the rabbits are weird because it was a spin-off. It was Rayman Raving Rabbids was like the first game, and it was a Rayman spin-off game. And then it kind of became its own series of Rayman's Rabbids, and then it just became the Rabbids, and they dropped Rayman altogether.
Yeah.
And so it had a weird evolution. So I don't know how much they consider them linked at this point.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know how to say that one. We've also gotten a lot of Ubisoft costumes at this point as well. But I mean, it's not like you couldn't do more. So,
Yeah, that's my thoughts. Like I put Rayman there because I just feel like he kind of makes sense with how much Ubisoft is there, but also I think he's much more likely to be a Mii costume than the actual fighter.
yeah, I could see that. I mean, like we had Bomberman recently, so
Yeah. And then I see that your pick for your either or is Lloyd, which is your one dream character.
yeah, I will die on the hill that I stand on that I want Lloyd in Smash.
Um, I put him as a Mii costume. I think we're getting the Lloyd Mii costume back.
I just find it so odd that he's the last one, which will probably hurt me if it is revealed, but I'll accept it like either way.
Yeah, I think that they really are just pulling your heartstrings. They like they it's not gonna happen.
I'm still gonna keep my hopes up, and until I'm proven otherwise. So
Yeah, it's a Bandai Namco character, so there's a chance.
yeah, exactly.
I just have a gut feeling that won't be the case. My guesses are, and these are probably the worst guesses possible. But I was going off of that Smash character poll by each region.
Mm-hmm.
And my picks for the Eastern one are either Dante or Raiden from Metal Gear.
I mean, I honestly wouldn't be upset with either of those choices either. So
Yeah. I don't think they're likely. I don't think we're going to get another Capcom because I think they would have saved Monster Hunter costume for the Capcom rep. And
I think Konami is just a pain to work with.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is like Raiden's like they have to work with Konami again. I don't think they're going to work with Konami on a Metal Gear character.
Yeah, especially a Metal Gear character.
Yeah, so not the best picks. And then I have one that I did not believe until like 2 days ago, like yesterday, and then I talked myself into it. I think potentially we could see Neku from the World Ends With You making it into Smash.
That's like your other dream character that I just do not see happening.
I did not see it happening either. And he's kind of a dream character, but like I put him on the same shelf of like Sly Cooper, where it's like this is entirely like pie in the sky thinking. Like there's no way that Sly Cooper or Neku would make it. And then the other day I was thinking about, I'm like, Neku could make it. Because I wouldn't even have said this a few months ago, but with the TV show or the anime or whatever, And then you have Neo coming out in a few months. And like, yes, Neo is multi-platform, but also it's like the Wilderness View was always considered like a Nintendo thing. Like it was on the DS, then it was only on Switch. And so I'm just like, maybe there's a chance he would have such a unique moveset. He's not another sword fighter. So like all of you people are like, oh, I don't want another anime swordsman. He's not an anime swordsman. So
Still anime though.
yeah, but I think at this point people are more upset about the sword than the anime.
Yeah, I mean, although they are the same people who praise Sephiroth being in, but that's besides the point.
Also, like, even his outfit, like, he's not like some. And he is over the top JRPG, but he's in like modern street clothes versus like fantasy armor or like medieval looking clothes.
Yeah, fair enough. But
and so like he's different enough.
Yeah. Otherwise, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like we could potentially see like if he doesn't make it in as a character, like a spirits event for Neo, The World Ends With You when it comes out, potentially. Because Square Enix has been like doing like spirit promotion events basically in Smash. They did one for Bravely Default 2, they did one for Octopath. Although that one was more of a celebrate anniversary, but same idea.
Yeah, I think we could see that. I
mean, at least make it into the game.
Yeah, but I think if we're going to see that, it's going to be based off Neo. So it's going to be the one from the box art with his hood up. So, which I don't want to get into it now. Neo, I am like 10% excited and 90% terrified for what's about to happen in Neo. And it's not my Neku. It's not the Neku I grew up with.
I honestly just say wait till the game. Like, I was afraid of Bravely Default 2, but it's turned out to become quite interesting, so.
Yeah, but it's not a direct follow-up to the story, and it's a story that didn't need a sequel until they forced the need for a sequel.
Okay, but I mean, that's just Square Enix for you. They have, like, some very strong franchises on the eastern side.
Yeah. I don't know. That's my thing. I'm 10% excited, 90% terrified. I'm gonna go into it with an open mind, but like, it's scaring me.
Yeah.
And that's still not my Neku.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that allows us to start moving on across the board. So do we want to just kind of go over things as they come, like from top left to bottom right?
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna do. And also, I was just gonna go back and forth. So your top left, my top left.
Unless like there's ones that like match up for which we'll cover that.
Oh yeah, my second top middle left, whatever you want to call that one. B2 or no, A2. I don't know.
Or I2.
Yeah, I2, that's what it would be. Wow, we're good at bingo.
I mean, we just kind of covered that, didn't we?
Yeah, my I2 and your B1.
No, 04.
Oh, no, jeez.
You don't know how a bingo.
You're top left. No, I don't. I won. Oh my gosh. My I won. Your B1. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Your B1 is WarioWare, I assume, right?
Yes, but my I1 is your B1. So this is a sleep deprived. What is your? Just go B1.
Okay, your B1 is WarioWare.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on its likelihood?
Okay, so I was kind of taking this from a different perspective on my entire bingo board of like, I don't know a lot of what Nintendo actually has planned, like what they have in the pipeline, besides like the big four names. And when I say big four, I don't mean like Mario. I mean like Zelda, Metroid, Pikmin, Bayonetta. Like those four games, the ones that we've been waiting for. Besides those, I don't know what they have. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to look at, what they have down the pipeline. I'm going to look at what the Switch is lacking. I think the Switch is a perfect console to have a WarioWare game, and the fact that the last WarioWare game was WarioWare Gold on the 3DS, I think like now's a good time to get a proper WarioWare, kind of like 1-2 Switch, but like actually a decent game.
Yeah,
Onto the
yeah.
Switch console.
I definitely do think a WarioWare game could potentially come at some point. I just don't know when. So, I mean, it could happen this year. I mean, this year might be a good time to just put in some of like their smaller releases, but I don't know. Like, I don't know entirely what their plan is because I have to assume that this direct is going to cover their back half of the year for the most part, and maybe like
Yeah, so they
one
said
or
it's
two
mainly going to
reveals
focus
for
2021.
yeah, with like maybe like one or two things for like 2022 because while they say mainly, they definitely throw in a few things for 2022.
Yeah. And then your B1. I'm gonna have to label my sheet so I can keep
My,
it straight.
my B1 is I don't think we're gonna see Pikmin 4.
Yeah, that's my I1. Is I don't it Pikmin 4 doesn't exist.
I think it exists. I just don't think we'll see it this year because Pikmin 3 sold really well, so I don't see like why they wouldn't. They'll probably take a little while.
So Pikmin 4, before the Switch even came out, I think before the Switch got announced, Miyamoto in an interview said, "Oh yeah, we are almost done developing Pikmin 4. It'll be ready to go soon." I don't
Yeah,
think it's. I think Miyamoto locked that
well,
thing inside the deepest vault of Nintendo.
well, it's
It's
either
not
that
coming.
or people have also interpreted that Pikmin 4 thing to be interpreted as Hey Pikmin,
Hey Pikmin.
like that game for the 3DS that was a like 2D
Yeah.
platformer type thing. Wasn't great.
Well, I was told that. I heard people say that wasn't Pikmin 4. Um, I always thought that was Pikmin 4. Was Hey Pikmin.
It's not Pikmin 4, but people have interpreted his statement in that interview to mean that that could have been what he was referring to Pikmin 4, not that it's
Yeah.
actually Pikmin 4.
Yeah. Watch the next Pikmin game be Pikmin 5 and everyone being confused.
I don't think so. Like, I think
Yeah.
mostly the numbering's been kept to consoles, so it'll stay that way.
Yeah. Um.
Anyways,
So I
my
guess.
I1.
Yeah, because that took up my eye. Okay.
I feel like, and this is like one of my more less likely predictions, but I do feel like they probably would want to start getting news on this game out a bit as well. But Pokemon Legends Arceus, since it's coming out in like January of next year, I I feel like they may start dropping some news about it around the same time, like that they do for our normal Pokemon cycles, since they only have like 2 extra months basically. So
Yeah. So we've actually swapped places because most of the time, for those of you who don't know, we do the bingo sheet pretty much every time there's a Nintendo Direct. Something we've done for years. And almost every bingo sheet, I put something Pokemon, and you remind me like, oh, Pokemon Company typically does their own thing, so don't expect that on Nintendo. So I actually predicted there will be no Pokemon at E3, or at least
there will
not in the
definitely
Direct
be
itself. It might be the Treehouse.
there will definitely be stuff at E3, and even like I say that there isn't like stuff in the directs, but it's more of like there will be no new stuff in the directs because it'll be revealed prior.
Yeah.
Basically, with and I guess I'll just incorporate my I2 into this because they currently updated both the websites for both those games as well as give them release dates, and
Yeah.
basically, I have to imagine that trailers are imminent for the both of them. They'll probably come out before Nintendo's E3 Direct, probably sometime in the upcoming week. But but they'll be shown at the E3 Direct just a little bit to be like, hey, this stuff is coming out as well for those who don't watch Pokemon stuff directly. So
I guess. I just have a feeling that like Pokemon will be very little of the show. I don't think we're going to see much new. I think it's going to be a recap at most.
Yeah, no, usually it is. It's usually like a minute or two that they give of like trailer recap.
Yeah. Um. So I guess going back to my next prediction, unless you have more to say about Pokemon.
Nope, that's about it. Like I feel like there'll be new trailers
Yeah.
for both the Pokemon games, and that'll be
Yeah.
about
I'm not
it.
a big Pokemon fan, so you know, if I get it wrong about Pokemon, I'm not gonna cry over it. I'm not a Pokemon fan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful for these two new games, but I'm
Oh, yeah.
still in a wait and see period.
Diamond and Pearl was not even my first Pokemon game, and yet it's like my favorite generation. Um, so I hope it's
Yeah,
good.
Gen 4 was my starting generation, so I'm hoping it's good
Oh
as well.
no, I started Gen. Okay, technically I guess it was Gen 4, but I played Heart Gold and Soul Silver first.
Yeah,
Which
no,
was
I mean same here, but I went back and played Platinum immediately right
yeah,
after.
yeah. I didn't even do that. I went from Heart Gold to Black, and I never played Diamond Pearl itself. But just when it comes to Pokemon designs, Gen 4 has always been my favorite when it comes to designs.
Yeah, I've always just also liked Gen 4 because it strikes the best balance between new Pokemon and evolutions of old Pokemon.
Yeah,
Like that was like my favorite thing about Gen 4.
yeah. But yeah, we're still talking about Pokemon. Jeez, I like lost my place on where we were. Yeah, I don't know.
We were about to do your N1.
Yeah, which I know what that is. I think we will see Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, or whatever it's going to be called. Um,
Yeah, I have that for my
that
i3,
said,
funnily enough.
I would not be surprised if it is a teaser, like a 16-second teaser saying
Yeah, I
delayed
was
till
like feel
2023.
I don't think 2023. I do think 2022, but
I would not
I
be
do
surprised
think
if it's 2020.
I think like 2022 at the latest, really. But yeah, I do think it'll be more of a teaser than an actual thing.
Yeah, I mean, I could see getting like a full trailer. Um, but just knowing how Breath of the Wild was, I think it'd be hilarious if they, even if they actually don't delay it, but if they made the joke like they threatened to delay it and then said "psych," I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I don't really think that they do that. They
No, they
try to
wouldn't.
be pretty tight with like their what is it? Their like release dates now, but like they'll let you
Yeah,
know if they're delaying something. But
yeah,
yeah.
I think it'd be funny. But yeah, I think of like Pikmin, Metroid, Zelda, Bayo 3 in there as well. Zelda's probably the most likely because Aonuma said when they announced Skyward Sword that Zelda 2 production's going along great. We don't have anything to show you, but stay tuned later this year. And so I'm like, okay, it's later this year at the biggest press conference. If you have something to
Yeah.
show and the development was
It's either
actually
that
going
or they'll
smoothly, it's
do
time.
it's either that or they'll do a 35th anniversary direct for it like they did with Mario later
That could be
this year.
true too. I could see it being a teaser here and then a full trailer later this year to direct.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I think that's assured.
Yeah, that's pretty much like my thoughts on Breath of the Wild 2 as well. Um for my N1, I have a new Kirby game, like a new 2D Kirby, not like a spin-off one.
I have a new Kirby as well, but I didn't think of like specifying what kind of Kirby. I think we'll get a new
Like
Kirby.
I'm not thinking it's like gonna be like one of the free eShop games that they put out like I think like every year, but like they do it for like 2 years and then like usually the next Kirby game comes out and we're at
Yeah,
like that 2 year mark. So
yeah. I think that's a safe bet.
yeah. What's your G1?
Uh, I do not think we are seeing Metroid Prime 4. I don't think it's happening. This is one that I think we're still like another year out. If COVID didn't happen, all the delays didn't happen, potentially I could have seen it being at the C3. I think you
I
got to
think
give it
we'll
another
see
year.
it.
I don't think we're
I
seeing it.
think we'll see a teaser for it this year.
I don't. I don't think we'll hear a word of it until 2023 at the earliest. I don't even think there'll be a direct later on this year that will have a mention of it.
I think we'll at least get a teaser, though we may not get any more of it this year.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't think we'll get a teaser till 2023. I think that game is going through hell at the moment.
I feel like they have maybe enough for like that Retro has enough for at least a small teaser, like because Metroid fans need to be reassured that that game is coming.
I could see like a remake of some kind or a port, like Samus Returns port. I don't think we're gonna get a for anything though.
Maybe a trilogy, like Prime trilogy with a
Yeah,
four
Prime Trilogy
teaser.
port. Just don't see a 4 teaser. Maybe. If we get Metroid Prime Trilogy, which I'm not even confident
If
in
we get
that.
Metroid Prime trilogy, I definitely think we could see a Prime
Yeah.
4 teaser.
Yeah. Or if the Metroid Prime Trilogy comes out sometime this year, like it comes out like August, September, I could see them adding in a 4 teaser, like if you like beat all 3 games or something like that.
Maybe I don't know if like they do that or not, but because usually that
Yeah.
like they'd like to keep that stuff public now instead of hiding it behind stuff.
Well, I just mean like there'll be like some type of not announcement, but like maybe like new content, like a secret
Maybe they could maybe do
menu
that.
unlocks, and then like you
Yeah,
get like
like
a
the last game I can think that hit like some sort of Easter egg like that was No More Heroes Travis Strikes Back for No More Heroes 3, but
yeah.
yeah, that was yeah, but that's like more of an indie game than like an actual
Yeah.
game like by a big studio.
Yep. Okay, and then I see your next one looks like Monolith.
Yep, it's Monolith Soft's new IP. I feel like we'll finally get a reveal for that.
Oh, they have a new IP?
Yeah, they have had a new IP in the works since I think like 2018, 2019.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay. Not a bad
Yeah, they've
guess.
said
I
that
don't know
they've
anything
been
about it, but
yeah, they've said that they've been working on a new IP and it's just been so long since we've heard about it, so like I
yeah.
think we saw maybe like some early artwork for it, but that was about it.
Okay. Yeah. I got nothing to add because this is the first time hearing of it, but if it was that long ago, I think now's a good time to get that out there.
Yeah.
So my next guess is Nintendogs. Um, Again, I was thinking of what's not on Switch that they could kind of, I don't want to say throw together, but something they could make that's not there. Um, that is a small game that would just tie people over. I'm a big fan of Nintendogs. I love Nintendogs on the original DS. I liked it on 3DS. Uh, and I think it's time for a new Nintendogs if that series isn't dead. And I know some of you are like, wait a second, that game relied on the mic to train the dogs. Well, if any of you have a real dog, you teach them not just verbal commands, but also like hand signals. And what does the Switch have? It just so happens to have an IO camera that can read hand shapes and distances away from the controller. Uh, so I think instead of having the mic, you're going to be training dogs using hand signals.
That's an interesting idea. I don't know much about Nintendo, so I can't really say like whether it'll happen or not, or if they want to continue that franchise. But it sounds like it could be interesting.
Oh yeah, no, I think if they wanted to do it, they definitely could with the IO camera. And for once, that IO camera would actually have a purpose. There'd be functionality to that thing. Um, but I think that one could be on the way if they want to continue it. You do teach them tricks, but it's like again one of those games where you kind of just do anything. There's no real goal. You just raise a dog. Um, so I think it's an easy way to substitute the microphone, and everything else can just be easy controller controls.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, hit a button to call them over instead of having to say the name, and then walk them with the analog stick, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or you could even do motion controls to like throw the toy and like tug the toy with them and using the HD rumble.
Yeah, potentially.
So, yep, that's my guess.
Yeah. All right. As for me, for what I have in my O1, I think we'll get a new Animal Crossing update probably announced. Just because I really don't think that game is done updating yet.
I think they've said they're done. I thought they said that they're only going to update it for 1 year, and that year has come to a close. It came out back in April. So I was thinking about Animal Crossing, and I was almost put it on there, and I decided not to because I believe they're done. I don't know. Again, Animal Crossing, not my type of game. Like, I've never played Animal Crossing, so.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I don't think they've said, like, or at least I didn't remember hearing anything about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard that it's coming to an end. I just thought originally I heard it was only updating for 1 year. So, I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, because they had, like, I think, like, an update just last month, so. Which is
Well,
well
that probably
past
would
the
have been
year.
the last one. No, it's only like a month past the year. Came out in April, that would have been May. If it was early May, that would be the...
No, it came out, like, late April, and they had an April and a May update.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Because
I have
also,
no
Animal
clue.
Crossing games have, like, updated for, like, long beyond regular Nintendo games. Like, they usually have, like,
Do they have
about a 2 to
events
3
along?
year update process.
Do they? Okay. I thought they just have events, but like the updates stop after a year, and then they just have regular events that go on. So.
I mean, there are, but I believe they also, like, add, like, a few things every now and then, so I don't know. I don't avidly play Animal Crossing, so.
Yeah.
I
So.
just see the updates pop up, like, every month.
Okay. So I guess my next
Or
guess,
V2.
and I see you have it as well. I don't think we're getting a Switch Pro. I know all the rumors, and typically I'm not one to dismiss rumors right away. I'm also not one to believe rumors right away. I typically like judge it case by case. But just people have been talking about Switch Pro for years now, pretty much since the Switch released. I'm like, I don't think it's happening. I don't think we're getting it.
Yeah. Yeah, like every single year, people are like, oh, maybe the potential Switch Pro that we keep on hearing about is coming. And I'm just like, they'll probably do a separate announcement for it, A, and B, this, like, E3 is typically more when they focus on games than new hardware.
Hardware. Well, also, whatchamacallit? The rumors now are saying that the reveal's so imminent it might come in before E3, and it's like I don't believe they would announce a hardware revision a week before the biggest gaming press conference of the year. Like that's just the easiest way to drown out all the news, especially after two brand new console releases and then the biggest press conference after those two new console releases. It's just like I don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening either.
Like, give it another year, maybe then I could see a Switch Pro.
I'm like, give it maybe about another half a year or so. Because I'm kind of thinking maybe the idea that they launch a Switch Pro around the same time that they launch the original Switch, like next year.
Maybe. What's it call it? Forgot what I was gonna say. Anyways, I don't know.
It's like you don't need that much build up for a hardware revision, you know?
Yeah. But also like Nintendo's not known for pro or like besides the 3DS and the handhelds, which this is a handheld console hybrid, but they really have not done
many different revisions as well.
Well, the controllers had many different revisions, but all they really had
was... There was also like different Wii types
Wii Mini.
as well.
There was the Wii Mini.
Wii Mini, and then there was also those different Wiis that came as well.
I think those were just different colors. I don't think they were actually different Wiis.
No, like those ones that came in different shapes, unless that was a Mini.
I think that was the mini. I don't remember. But
Maybe.
the Wii U only had a white version and a black version, and the black version had more space in it. And that was the only. There was no Wii U revision.
Well, yeah, but it was also the
So.
Wii U, so I mean.
The revision could have brought more life, considering that the more space that was in the larger Wii U was 32 gigabytes.
The Wii U just wasn't selling well, and due to their advertising of it, I don't think that was going to change with a revision.
Well, they could have also changed the name of the revision.
I don't think they would because they have to keep with the branding. So
yeah, they made a lot of mistakes in the Wii U era, but I don't know. I don't see a Pro coming.
Yeah. Anyways, with my B2, I have Splatoon 3.
Yeah, I think I have Splatoon as well. I was hesitant on it because I'm like, they said they were focusing on 2021, but I believe when they announced Splatoon 3...
every time that they say that they're focusing on something, just means that it's going to be mostly that. It usually also means that they're going to throw in one or two things that are entirely outside that area.
Yeah, and that's my thing, is I believe they said it was early 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, it's early 2022, that's close enough. So I actually did add it. And I remember last time we did bingo cards, I predicted Splatoon 3, and you're like, there's not going to be Splatoon 3, there's going to be another Mario Kart before then. So I got the Splatoon 3 reveal correct.
I was under the preconception that Splatoon would just remain one per console, but since it's not, I'm like, well, I could throw that idea out of the wall, out the window.
Nintendo don't make no rules.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess we kind of covered
my
your
next prediction. We covered my thoughts on the game itself, but not really. I think Neo: The World Ends With You is going to be there. Not much. I think we're probably going to get a proper story trailer, because we really haven't gotten a story trailer yet.
Yeah,
it comes out July 27th. I don't think there's much.
Yeah, I'm like, it'll probably be the last trailer.
Yeah,
that's what they might be Bravely Default.
I don't know if I would say it's the last trailer. There might be a gameplay trailer right before launch. I think there's going to be the last main trailer. I think the gameplay trailer is just going to be thrown on YouTube.
Probably.
But I think this will be a proper story trailer
as the game comes out.
Yeah. That's my thing. Is I won't say final. It'll be the final big story trailer. We'll get a small gameplay one the week before it comes out, and then the game will be here.
I've already talked about my I2, so we can move on to your N2.
Yep. So Shin Megami Tensei, I think is going to be here. Right before recording this, I heard that the Shin Megami Tensei 5 is got leaked. The release date got leaked and a couple other things. I have not seen what the release date is. I did not see what the story stuff is. I've seen nothing of it, just that it got leaked. So this one's pretty much confirmed to be there at this point.
Yeah, that once I saw that, I didn't look at the what was leaked, but I saw that there was a leak on it, and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be there then.
Yeah, it's there. I don't have much. Before, I had a lot of speculation to add on it, and now I'm just it's gonna be there. There's nothing to speculate. It's there.
Yeah, it's my my N2 is definitely there.
Yeah.
Let's see. We talked about your G2.
Have we talked about your N2?
My N2, I basically talked about it in the Capcom portion.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get Ace Attorney there. I didn't put Ace Attorney on here. I was contemplating it, and then I was like, eh. So I just moved on. But yeah, probably gonna be there.
Probably gonna be there. So my G2.
Yeah.
I think we may hear potentially about a 2D Metroid in the work.
I don't know. Metroid's such a weird series at this point.
it's like one of my more out there ones, just because I've heard like that there may be leaks about potentially a 2D remake for Super Metroid, but I'm not entirely
Oh, they would
sure
have to be
whether.
so careful.
Yeah, but I'm
So
like,
I'm a,
I don't know how true that is or not. So
yeah. So I'm a
it's one
Metroid
of my
fan.
more out
It's
there ideas. So
yeah. I'm a Metroid fan. It was one of my favorite Nintendo franchises when like there were still Metroid games. It's been so long at this point that like yes, we got Samus Returns on the 3DS. I would more likely see a Samus Returns port than um, a new one. That's because Samus Returns was supposed to tide people over until Metroid Prime 4, and then they had to restart development from scratch.
mhm.
So, um, I don't know. I'm like, maybe they'll do that to try to tide people over again. I don't know what to tell you. Metroid is such a weird series. I'm surprised it's not dead like F-Zero was or is.
Or how Star Fox probably is as well.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna. I actually thought about throwing Star Fox on this board, and now I have egg on my face if Star Fox appears. I think Star Fox is going into long hibernation. like,
Yeah, after Zero, I'm like, uh,
yeah, we're not getting another Star Fox anytime soon.
probably not.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what's your O2?
My O2. So this is mainly for Western audiences. Again, thinking of what's not on the Switch that could be on the Switch, easy to do to just fill out the release schedule. Uh, and this is already out in Japan, but they have a Brain Age or Brain Training. I forget what the name of the Japanese one is. The Brain Age is already out in Japan. I think we'll get a Western port finally of Brain Age.
Yeah, I was
I don't
pretty
know
sure
why it's
that
still only in Japan.
it's out in Europe as well.
Is it in Europe? So it's only non-America. So I think we're gonna
Yep.
get this in America.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, especially after we recently got the Famicom Detective Club
Oh
here
yeah,
in the West.
yeah. So that's my thought. Just it's something to fill out the release schedule. That's already made. All they have to do is, I thought, translate it to English, but apparently it's already translated to English.
They just need to
In
release
Europe.
it, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know if they have like a different voice actor for it as well, or if they even have voice acting for it. I'm not entirely sure. Never really played Brain Age, but
I played like one of them on the DS, but I remember very little about it. So
yeah. I'd say like going off like what the 3DS did though would probably be the best like indicator on how a Switch version would be done, but also
yeah.
just the Switch
Well,
version of the game in
well,
the European regions.
I know one of the games in Brain Age has to do with the IR camera and using the hand to like play like rock paper scissors or whatever.
Yeah, because yeah, that was like one of the things that they advertised.
Yeah, so that Brain Age actually allows you to do that. Um, so again, another use for the IR camera, making it so it's not absolutely meaningless and hiking up the price of the controllers for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much everything but one of my games on the next row I've already talked about. So
Yeah, I've talked about my O2. Let's see. We talked about your B3, your I3, and 3 is skip. Do you want to talk about your G3 then?
yeah, I think we're gonna get No More Heroes 3. Safe bet.
Yeah, that I have that too. So
Yeah. Like I have not much to add. We're gonna get No More Heroes 3. It's likely gonna be there.
yeah, it's the same with my B3. We're probably gonna see Skyward Sword HD there.
Yeah. That was one that I'm iffy about, and the more that I think about it, I'm like, it's gonna be there. Because it's
It's
like,
coming out in July. Of course,
what
it's gonna be there.
yeah, but my thought was like, what more is there to say? It's Skyward Sword on the Switch with controller support. they already said all of that. So I'm like, there's not much more they can add. But I'm like,
Yeah,
no, they're
but they
gonna
can
still
still
advertise
advertise
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, they still have to advertise it though.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I didn't put it on here because I'm like, they wouldn't put it on because what more is there to say? And then I'm like, no advertisement. Yeah, they'll be here. So
yeah, they'll probably also show it off in the Treehouse showcase for just a little bit.
Yeah. Um.
See, I've talked
I guess
about
next.
I've talked about my i3 and 3 skip. My G3 is Bayonetta 3.
Yep, I think we're gonna get Bayonetta 3 here as well. I think no Metroid, no Pikmin. We'll likely get some Zelda, but probably a small amount. I think we're gonna see like a full reveal of Bayonetta.
I'm 50-50 on it. Like, just because Platinum has like other games that they have in the work, and not to mention that they're doing that one thing for Square right now.
Oh yeah, that's true. Even then, I think the director has been teasing us for enough time, and like he did say, keep your eyes out later this year, and so I think now's a good time. Because it's been several years since we've seen it, so they must have some progress to show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it's time. We're gonna get Bayonetta 3 something. I think we're gonna not like a deep dive, like it's gonna be 20 minutes of the 40-minute thing, but we're gonna get like a nice sizable trailer.
Yeah, at least something just to let us know the game is alive.
Yeah.
Let's see. O3s we've covered. Is there anything in addition to your B4 that you want to talk about, or?
Bayman?
Yeah, was that just a Smash thing, or?
That was a Smash thing.
Okay. Then my B4 is, I think we may get an ARMS sequel.
I mean, so you did tell me your logic on that one, and that's because Min and Smash increased the popularity, so now's a good time to capitalize on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, Splatoon's getting a sequel on the same console, so I don't think that's the limiting factor that they'd both be on Switch.
Yeah.
That said, even though it actually came out before Splatoon, it feels too early and it wasn't popular enough. I think.
What do you mean? ARMS came out after Splatoon.
Did it come out after Splatoon?
Yep, it came out like 1 month after Splatoon 2.
Oh, I not realize. Okay, so I don't think they want to repeat the same mistake though, because they had a brand new IP compete against Splatoon, which is already the fresh new IP.
Yeah, I'm like, reveal ARMS 2 now and have it released like sometime like later this year. So it isn't like competing with like all the bigwigs, you know? Like have it be like, I don't know, like an October release or something, because that's where they tend to put like some smaller games.
I don't know. I think they want to make sure that they space this out well away from Splatoon 3, because I'm just thinking.
And if Splatoon 3 is coming out next year, so.
But it's early next year, so I'm like, I think they want like a year different. Like I think they want to have it thoroughly spaced out, like not just like 2 or 3 months, but like.
Well, I don't think it's like gonna come out like January, February. It's probably gonna come out like probably March or April for Splatoon 2. So if they put it out like September, October, they'll be fine.
We'll see. I just think.
I think
Splatoon
like 6 months
3 will
is really all
capitalize
they
on
need.
it.
Like 6 months is really all they need.
I guess. I don't know.
A year is a bit too much.
I never bought ARMS mainly because I was waiting for a price decrease that never came.
It did come. You just missed all the sales for it.
Did it?
Yeah, I got it for like $45.
Okay, I was looking for like $30. That's probably why I missed it. Yeah, but
there are like pre-owned copies for like that amount too. So it's not like ARMS is all that popular.
I'd have to look. Yeah.
But I played it. I like ARMS. It's just not super popular.
Yeah, I played it during like all the free demo stuff, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was just by the time that I was interested in it, it was already like past its prime and no one was playing. So I was like, I'm not gonna pay full for a game that isn't as active.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would be down for an OM sequel if there's new blood in the series. So
yeah. Let's see. So we talked about your i4. My i4 is the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expansion pass. I feel like we're gonna see the first content for that stuff because I think it's coming out this month, or is it next month?
Yes, it's coming out this month.
Yeah.
Is it next month? I'm pretty sure it's this month.
Yeah, I'm like it was sometime in the summer. Let me just check that really quick.
Where are we? June 2021. This month. Yeah, so I think more than a safe bet, this is gonna be at E3.
Yeah, it's gonna be
either way. It's gonna be at E3. Like that.
Yeah,
that's my last one on my board, but like that's a very safe bet to have.
Yeah, that's a very safe
just because they're not showing it here. Win.
Yeah. So your N4 is triangle strategy?
Yep. I think potentially we could even see the second demo, but we'll definitely hear what feedback they received from the first demo.
Yeah. That I guess that's possible. Yeah. I was just thinking more of like maybe later in the year because I remember it took like about 6 months in between the first Octopath demo and the second, and same with Bravely Default 1 and 2. Well, not like Bravely 1 and 2. I just mean by Bravely Default's 2 first and second demo.
Yeah, no, I got what you mean. Yeah, so you're right. Probably is going to be more time. Although it has been since February, I believe, since the demo. So we'll see. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Although it's been a while since I played, but I remember the difficulty was insane for it being the demo, and what I'm assuming is an early mission.
Yeah, I mean, they did say it was on the harder difficulty, and also, here's the thing about those demos. They basically lock you at a preset level prior to, like, the events that are going on. So I assume if you were to play it yourself, because, like, that's how I was with Bravely Default 2, is, like, basically, if you have your own time to, like, be able to grind stuff up and whatnot, it's a lot more manageable.
Yeah. But, no, I liked it. I'm a big Fire Emblem fan, and I thought it was unique enough, but also a very interesting strategy game. That was good.
Yeah, people say it's kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah, which I only ever played like a little bit of Final Fantasy Tactics. I didn't get too into it.
Yeah, but I don't know too much about Tactics, so I couldn't say. Let's see. My N4 is one that's gonna for sure be there because it's coming out this month, I believe, right?
I don't know. I have it on mine too, but I don't care much about Mario Golf.
Yeah, it's coming out the 25th this month.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm like,
Mario Golf's gonna be there.
I'm pretty sure it's coming out this month, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be there. Let's see. Your N4 is another. Not your N4. Your G4 is another Smash thing. My G4, I think we may get the announcement of a new Fire Emblem game.
I think you're crazy.
It's been about a year.
I mean, I guess that was the case with Fire Emblem on 3DS. Or at least, like, between Fates to Echoes to Three Houses.
Or even between Awakening to Fates.
I didn't actually get back in to Awakening until after Fates was announced, so I forgot when Awakening came out.
Awakening came out, I believe, in like 2013, but its content didn't finish until like, or at least, I think, it was 2012, and its content didn't finish coming out till like, I think like 2013. And then 2014, we had the announcement for Fates, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
Because then it came out like 2016. Like, just because it's announced now doesn't mean it's immediately coming out.
That's true.
I don't think it'll.
I guess we could get Fire Emblem,
but I'm thinking it's probably going to be like more of like a remake with the same like Three Houses engine. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, hopefully we get like Genealogy. I really want to try Genealogy.
Yeah, I know. Like I want to see that just because I feel like Genealogy would be the best remake for Western fans to be able to experience, though I do not know how they'd adapt some things.
Yeah. I so my favorite was 7, and then I played Echoes, Shadows of Valencia, and that one quickly became like my all-time favorite Fire Emblem game. I loved Echoes, and I would really love to see them adapt stuff that they had in Echoes into future games. Like I actually thought the dungeon crawling was really cool. Not fully fleshed out, but it was such a cool concept. I'm like, man, I would have loved to see this concept go further.
Sadly, no other like Fire Emblem games really have dungeon crawling.
No, I know, but like I was hoping Three Houses would have that.
I don't think it fit Three Houses.
I mean, it was a brand new game. They could have made it fit anything they wanted, but
Yeah, but
it
that
was a
was the
choice.
direction that they decided.
Yeah, but that's what, like I was playing Echoes, and I was really looking forward to like.
And it kind of did.
I kind of did. It didn't go as far as I wanted, but yeah. Three Houses some disappointment. I know a lot of people on Fire Emblem fans.
So as I was saying, Claude's like fully covers like all the dark side of Fodlan because of like what his plot delves into. Dimitri's is more character driven, so basically once he reaches his conclusion, he's not looking any further.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I need to go back and play through the other routes. I just don't want to have to replay.
And you could just like
The
read
beginning
up
chapters.
on them. That's what I did for Edelgard's and the church route.
Yeah. I don't like doing that. I like experiencing games. I don't like having to like read plot synopses. I feel like it ruins some of it.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
let's see.
Yeah. Otherwise, let's see. Your O4
we already talked about
covered.
Neo.
My O4 is covered.
Yeah.
What's
So I guess B1.
What's your B5?
B5. Yeah. Neon White. So this was literally I needed something to put here. Neon White was a game that they announced in the last direct where it's like you have to hunt demons in heaven. And it's like the first person shooter code game.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
That was like more of like a third person thing though, so
I don't know. No, you watched the trailer, it was first person.
No, I mean by like third party.
Oh yeah. No, literally this was just like I needed a spot to fill and I couldn't think of anything else.
Oh.
That was really.
I see.
And then the rest of my board we've covered, so I'm good. But yeah, I just couldn't think of anything. I'm like, okay,
is the rest
that's it.
Okay, I have two more things. So my B5, there was that Donkey Kong game that's been rumored. So
I've heard nothing of that. If it was rumored, then potentially. Although typically it was Retro doing Donkey Kong, so I don't know if
apparently it's the team behind Mario Odyssey potentially.
Oh, I think I did hear about this.
Yeah.
Maybe then.
Yeah, there was that, and then my final one was, and I don't think like this was like my least likely one, but I was like, I need to fill my space. Super Mario Odyssey 2.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I wasn't like it was mostly just to fill a space, but I'm like, I mean, if it happens, it happens, but if not, well, it doesn't.
I don't think we're getting an Odyssey 2 at all. I know a lot of people want an Odyssey 2. I don't think it's happening. We might get a new Mario game, like a new big 3D one, but
I feel like it's like open to be like an Odyssey 2, but I mean, I'm not expecting it.
Well, the only one that ever got a sequel was Galaxy. And Galaxy is a course clear game.
Yeah, but I mean that was more because they had like so many ideas that they originally planned to implement as DLC for the original.
Yeah. So
it's like it could be the same thing. It's like what happened with Breath of the Wild too, you know?
Yep.
Both referring to the word TOO2 and 2 as in TWO.
Yeah. I like that pun, that double meaning.
It wasn't even intended, but I just thought about it for a second. I'm like, oh, that's a double pun.
Take credit for that.
But otherwise, I think that covers it.
Yeah. Any last things about E3 that you think? Or I think that's.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, I'm hoping Nintendo has a good showing. My big hope really is just fleshing out what their plans are, because besides, again, Pikmin, Metroid, Zelda, and Bayonetta, I have no clue what they could possibly be working on. And even then, Pikmin we've not heard from for years, and Bayonetta we've not heard for years. So I'm like, so we don't know where. So that's my thing, just fleshing out what can we expect, what can we hope for, because I have no clue what their plans are for the rest of the year.
Yeah, no, I mean, we'll definitely see, and we'll definitely be discussing it next week when, well, not next week, but, like, the next...
When it comes out.
Yeah, after it comes out. Yep, coming.
Yeah. You want to do a live reaction, or?
Maybe. I'll see if I'm busy or not.
I'll take that as a yes.
All right. Anyways, thank you for watching this special E3 predictions episode. Join us back for when we cover E3. Thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment and any feedback that you want. Thank you, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.